Hey everyone, I'm Zanbeg, this is Auto Group, and we are at Glenview Luxury Imports today, checking out a really special car. So this is kind of our first look video for the Aston Martin Dbx. This is an all-new car, never ever made before by Aston Martin. It has a 4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 taken from Mercedes-AMG, and it makes about 542 horsepower. So you're looking at maybe 3.5 seconds, 0 to 60. And it has a torque number right around there, about 516 pound-feet of torque. So it's very good. And this is one of the only Aston Martins that's actually all-wheel drive, and it's predominantly rear-wheel drive. So just come on around to the side of the car and we'll show you what it looks like from the side profile, because it is an Aston Martin, and as you can obviously tell, Aston Martin is really good at making beautiful designed cars. So over at the side, it has a very swoopy design, and you can obviously compare this to the Lamborghini Urus and the Rolls-Royce Cullinan and the Bentley Bentayga and the Porsche Cayenne Turbo S. So you got a lot of good choices for that. And this color on the outside is absolutely fantastic. You can really go bespoke with these Aston Martin cars and get a bunch of different color choices. And this is a beautiful dark blue. And on the inside, it has an absolutely gorgeous looking beige leather interior. It looks so nice. So let's go ahead and check out the interior real quick as well. As you can see, it has totally frameless doors, just like a coupe, which looks absolutely fantastic. And inside, the materials are so premium. You got leather at the top, all the way continuing down to the bottom. And you have beautiful blue stitching as well to complement the exterior design. So that's something that I really like. When you're comparing all these different SUVs, you really got to have a fantastic car to compete with the Lamborghini Urus and the Bentley Bentayga. And this is so unique. Another thing about this car, as I'm sitting in here for the first time and noticing the quality and craftsmanship is basically exactly like you find in the Aston Martin DB11 and the Vantage. It may even be actually better, because the stitching is so well done at the sides and goes all the way to the bottom. And you have this beautiful carpet at the bottom. You got a DBX logo over there, beautiful for the door sills. Very nice setup overall that you have in the interior. This particular one has an open pore wood, which looks really good as well. Although I'm sure you could get tons of different options, maybe even carbon fiber as well if you want that. And then you have a 12.3-inch display in the middle, and in your gauge cluster is a humongous display as well. The quality and craftsmanship is just impeccable. The materials are so good. The headliner is Alcantara for this one, but I believe you can also get a fully leather stitched headliner as well. And of course it has a panoramic roof, which we got to show you definitely in a second. And in terms of a car like this, very beautiful British design with an amazing German engine. Inside, you have so much quality for your stitching and everything, even for the for your little visors. It's very solidly built, and you can see the whole car is handcrafted, and they even tell you if you see any minor imperfections in the leather or anything like that, it's because it's genuinely handcrafted by Aston Martin's engineers and craftsmen and craftswomen. So over here, this is how you select your gears. There's park, reverse, neutral, drive, and in the middle you have this beautiful engine start-stop button, which is just looking absolutely fantastic, packed in this leather interior. And there you could hear it up. It sounds so good. That twin-turbo V8 from Mercedes. It sounds very different, a much more sharp tone overall, I'm noticing, and it's not exactly that really classic AMG noise. It's a little different, so it's quite a smooth sound. Very nice. I mean, these Aston Martin cars sound so good, and when you even combine a different company's engine, they've incorporated it so well to do what this car has to do. And the suspension tuning and everything, the car has air springs, and it's just meant to be this very comfortable car, but also can be so fast. So it's a perfect Bentley Bentayga competitor. Even more than the Urus, it's perfectly head-to-head with the Bentley Bentayga in that regard. But maybe in the future we can have V12 options. Hopefully, I'm praying that we get a V12 in here as well from the DB11. You could just stick that twin-turbo V12 if there's enough space, and packing can be done pretty well. So in this position that I'm sitting right now, the steering wheel comes nice and close. It's a very sporty driving position rather than, being a bit more luxurious and laid back. The steering wheel comes so nice and close, and overall the windshield is a bit SUV-like, but the car is very nice and low at the same time, and it just sounds incredible. So good, and very smooth, almost like a V12. And then you got a bunch of different buttons in the center console. They even use the infotainment system from Mercedes, which is absolutely fantastic. I love that, because a lot of people used to complain about old Aston Martins not having such a good infotainment system, so that is good news. So in the back, I'm sitting behind myself. I am about 6'3", and this legroom is absolutely doable for a decent long drive. It won't really matter. And the leather quality is so nice that it's not too firm or anything. It's not overly sporty. And the door is really, really heavy and it closes very strong. So coming over here to the back, and let's take a look at the rear end tail design. Now you could tell if you saw the Aston Martin Vantage come out a few years ago, or on the road, because you see them a little bit more commonly than the DB11. It is their entry-level model. You could see these classic swoopy tail lights with the light bar effect, and that is taken straight from the Aston Martin Vantage. So it looks absolutely fantastic, and even if you just listen to the idle, it sounds so good back here. Very, very nicely done. So, and this does have a different blacked out package, I think, for the logo, for all the writing and stuff, all the inscriptions around the car. So I guess I want to show you the front end real quick as well, because that's kind of a mix between the Vantage and the DB11. But what I noticed is that it's a bit softer in its design. And you have these humongous 22-inch wheels in the back. And look at the width of this tire, 325s in the back. That is absolutely fantastic. So in the front, the car looks absolutely so fantastic in terms of your beauty and your aggression combined. So look at the DRLs right now. You just got the side look. Usually you see like fog lamps over here, but that's what's on primarily for the car. And then it has those classic small kind of elegant headlamps that you see from Aston Martin, and then the beautiful silver grille. Very, very cool car. So one thing that I really, really like about this car is that it's so extremely advanced in its technology while also being your, sporty performance type SUV. If you just look at the gauge cluster, for example, the quality overall and the way it's so clear is very, very impressive to me. Then if you switch your drive modes, you could go to individual, you can go to sport, and then the sport and the gauges get a little red and a more angry, and then sport plus, it'll show you traction control is off. Since this is Mercedes' infotainment system in here, the quality overall is really, really nice, and this is a little bit older in terms of its OS that it is. It's a little a few versions behind, but it's really nice and clear. And if you go to drive modes, for example, I could just show you, you could customize different things, and it will show you your engine data as well, which is a really nice feature. It shows you your oil, your battery level and your oil temperature as well, and you got your horsepower and torque numbers. And that sounds absolutely fantastic. The car is and the whole thing shakes as well, just like a proper performance car. You got some nice storage down here as well, where you could put some stuff in here. So obviously they have taken into consideration all the different amenities that you want from your luxury car. And the steering wheel is nice and weighted. Wow, look at that. It's absolutely seamless. Nothing in the middle, totally open, and it makes the environment so nice and airy. And paired with this interior, your driving position is so fantastically done. And one of the things that I love is the fact that the steering wheel comes really, really nice and close. All the buttons are labeled very clearly and very, precisely done in terms of its material quality. And as you can see, you got this fine silver finish over here. Beautiful paddle shifters. That actually feel quite good. I think they could feel a little better, a little bit more like Alfa Romeo with a little more satisfying click, but overall it looks absolutely fantastic. And then when you rev it up, you can see the tachometer over there. It has this beautiful red highlight on it. Very, very torquey engine. These Mercedes engines, they make peak torque little above idle, so you don't have to wait for any sort of turbo spooling up or anything. It's done very, very nicely. You got a little button and you could click, and you could see inside there's quite decent space, not too much, but just about enough, about as much as you want. So now let's quickly check out the trunk space. Boom. And it is of course automatic. You have these beautiful, man, I love these metal scuff plates. First of all, as soon as you open the interior, it's beautiful. And the management done in terms of your space, even though the car is quite coupish from the side, it still has very solid room. And then you have this beautiful leather wrapped cargo cover as well. So in terms of Aston Martin's features, if you go and build the car on their website, they have so many different colors and things you could choose. You could even change the exhaust tips to be black fully. It's a new era for Aston Martin, and they're just on another level. And I'm very, very proud and grateful that they're at that level where they can seriously once again compete, even in technologies, something that they were criticized for in the past. They can compete at that level with all the other competitors. So that's absolutely fantastic. And that is pretty much it for this episode of Auto Group. It is our first look with the car. It looks and sounds absolutely fantastic. One more time, let me show you how it sounds. It crackles and pops just like an actual AMG, which is something that I just noticed for the first time. I think the valves fully open up when you're in Sport Plus like we are now. What an amazing car. So it starts at about 180,000, and you should definitely come over here and check it out at Aston Martin, you know, at here in Glenview Luxury Imports. They are absolutely fantastic people. Once again, special thanks to my sales associate Roland for getting together the car as well, ready for us to film today, and our general manager Devin for providing the vehicle as well. And that is pretty much it. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.